Hello everyone, we hope you are having a lovely afternoon. As we all know, we're right in the middle of the Great British Bake Off right now, so for those of you who are watching the series, you're going to love what we have in store for you today because we are at BakedIn. So we're in the headquarters here in Basingstoke, in the test kitchen, which is a great change for us, and we're here with Patrick.
Cool. Thanks for coming over.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We're really excited to be here. So BakedIn, we love BakedIn. It's one of our favourite brands at Hobbycraft, and we're here to talk more about the products, see some of them in action, and discuss all the great deals that we have on offer at Hobbycraft, of course. So let us know if you have any questions or comments. Get involved in the conversation. We are live, and we're going to start with Patrick just letting everyone know a little bit more about the brand.
Yeah, so BakedIn, we're all about home baking. So hopefully a few of you have seen our products in the Hobbycraft home baking aisle. We've got all sorts of mug cake mixes, baking kits. But yeah, we're all about home baking. We're a relatively small company. There's 20 of us now. We're growing really rapidly. We're based in Hampshire, and we make everything ourselves. So we design all the packaging, we come up with all the recipes, we pack all the ingredients, we sell it to Hobbycraft. We do everything ourselves. So it's a really good. It's a family-run business. Me and my brother run it together. He started it going back about 5 years ago now. And the idea, he was always into cooking. We both were. The idea was that he really enjoyed watching cookery shows and liked cooking, liked baking, but always watched people on these cookery shows. Made it look really easy, really fun. Yeah. So made these baking kits where all the ingredients are weighed out in the right amounts. So it makes baking really fun. You can try new recipes. And then the Baking Club was spawned. So we're going to talk about the Baking Club today. So there's kind of two sides of the business. There's the resale products, the kits that we sell into shops like Hobbycraft, and then there's the Baking Club, which is this green box here, and this is our subscription club. So it fits for your letterbox, and you subscribe, and every single month you get a new recipe kit gets posted for your letterbox. It's the same principle as the kits in the you can buy in Hobbycraft, but you get a brand new recipe, and it's a surprise. So you get the recipe card, which is a really easy step by step, and then you get all the ingredients weighed out in the perfect amounts. Nice. And I think what it means, I know we were talking earlier about how you said you like baking, but you don't necessarily bake lots of different things.
No, I don't like weighing everything out and getting everything ready, making sure I have everything. Yeah. That kind of for me, it slows it down. And if I want to just bake something, it's never easy to just get started.
Yeah, exactly. You normally have to go out to shops, and it normally have something different that you haven't got, whether it's walnuts, whatever it is. And if you go to the shops, the walnuts will never be in the exact amount you need for the recipe. Yeah. So you've got to buy a bigger bag that sits in your cupboard. And if you want to bake walnut brownies, which I'm sure are amazing, every time for the next 4 or 5 bakes. Otherwise, if you want to bake something different, those ingredients sit in your cupboard.
They just mount up.
Yeah, they mount up, or they go out of date, or whatever. So that was where the Baking Club spawned, is that you try a brand new recipe every month. Yeah. Forces you to try new things. So, if you said you like baking brownies and Victoria Sponge, which are both, I think they're both delicious, but you might make you bake something that you didn't quite think you'd enjoy baking or enjoy eating, and then you really surprise yourself. Surprise yourself not only what you can achieve, but also what you might like eating as well.
Definitely.
So we're going to bake this up today live. So I'm going to talk you through the recipe. The recipes are by Michel Roux, OBE, so one of the world's finest ever chefs. Ran a 3 Michelin star restaurant in the UK for nearly 30 years now, and he's a shareholder, so he takes his part in the business really seriously. We develop a recipe, send it to him, he tinkers with it, makes it, improves it, says add a bit more of this, a bit less of that, and then we release the kit with his name on.
Brilliant. And we have an exclusive discount code for our customers, don't we?
We do, yeah.
So tell everyone about this because it's super exciting.
So if you go to our website, bakedin.co.uk, and you go to the Baking Club page and you sign up and you put in Hobbycraft 299, you'll get your first box for £2.99. So for under £3, you get a whole recipe kit delivered to you, and it'll make a full-size cake, or it might be cookies or whatever it is, and it will feed at least 12 people. It'll be a really fun recipe, and it's £3. And if you like it, carry on. If you don't like it, it's no harm, no foul. You just cancel. It's really simple. Yeah. And then maybe buy one of our kits from Hobbycraft. But it's normally £9 delivered, which I think is still really good value. It includes your postage through your letterbox, and it normally comes with things like baking paper as well, and some other things that you might need for the recipe. But it's really good ingredients. So really good local flour, really good Belgian chocolate, and it's all made by us here in the UK.
And so is it just monthly payments, or can you do subscriptions?
So there's a few you can sign up to pay for 3 months, 6 months or 12 months. in blocks makes it slightly cheaper, or you could, not using the code, but you could sign someone up for a gift. So it makes really lovely, thoughtful Christmas presents. You can sign someone up for 3 months or 6 months, and they'd get a present every month for as long as you sign them up for. So yeah, there's a few different things you can do.
That'd be great. And hello to Alison, by the way, who just said, can you improve the volume? We're going to try and talk up. We've got the mic a little bit closer. So
can you hear us now, Alison? Is that better?
I hope you can.
Hope it's better.
We're going to try our best. But hello to everyone in the comments. We've had lots of hellos. Hello to Claire, Amy, Marie, Sue, Sonia. There's so many people watching. So do send in your comments and any questions that you have for Patrick about any of the products or anything you see happening here. And we are going to ask you also some questions so that you can get involved, because we have a few of these treats to give away, don't we?
Yeah, so we're going to bake up this recipe from the BakedIn Club, but we're also going to give away a couple of prizes. So we've got a bundle of all 4 of our baking kits that we feature in the shelves in Hobbycraft, and we have a celebration cake kit, a rainbow cake celebration cake kit. This one's awesome. It's got all the tins in, cake board, icing, sprinkles, cake mixes, and it makes this amazing naturally coloured rainbow cake. So yeah, with 2 different prizes. Brilliant. And I think you're going to give them away to different Hobbycraft viewers.
We're going to ask you some really super simple questions throughout the stream, so stay with us, and we'll just choose winners at random. So get involved and keep your comments coming in, because we love hearing from you. So I think we should just get started.
Yeah, I think you need to start baking. I know you were excited, nervous about baking live on TV.
Yes.
Hopefully, I'm sure it's going to go fine. Baking's a bit of fun. If it doesn't go perfect, it's not the end of the world, but I'm pretty sure it will do. It's easy to do, step by step.
You are filling me with confidence.
And I'll be with you the whole way. So, we use the recipe card. We're going to quickly do it in a sort of TV show style. Here's what I made earlier, a few steps. So it normally take about sort of an hour to go through one of the recipes from start to finish, but we're going to try and do it in like 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Cool. So step 1 for this one is a raspberry and chocolate cake, and it's really delicious. It's like really rich but light raspberry chocolate sponge with ganache and raspberries on top. So step 1, you're going to take bag 1, which would be your caster sugar, so British sugar, and you're going to crack 5 eggs in there and mix it together. So we've actually done this today because it takes like 10 minutes of whisking. Whisking is, I don't know, I'm not a massive fan of whisking.
No.
Watching someone whisk for 10 minutes, I don't know, it's not maybe amazing TV, but show us your whisking technique. You really want to get like loads of air into it, so it makes it a really light, fluffy sponge for this one.
Yeah.
Cool, so you do that for like 10 minutes and then you move on to the next stage. So this will be the next bag which is in there, which is a bag of local flour from Wessex Mill, which is a family run flour mill, and some really good cocoa powder. So gently tip that into there. And then you're going to fold it in.
Okay.
So folding is just slightly different to mixing. So I'm sure you're going to.
I mean, I've heard about the like.
There you go.
This.
Yeah. So you can go around in figure 8s, and you can flip it over. You can be a little bit more. So you can be a little bit more aggressive than that. So you're watching, you're folding it in.
Okay.
And it's slightly different to mixing because you're trying to keep as much air in there as possible. There's a balance between mixing it all together and so it cooks properly, or mixing it too much so all the air comes out of it. So you're going to fold. It takes a while, this one, because there'll be big pockets of flour and cocoa powder which will need to be mixed in. So you're going to do that a few more times.
I'm left-handed, so everything I do is like in the opposite direction, which.
So you should be like a really creative. And lefties are really creative, aren't they? So you're going to come into your own when it's when it's the decorating bit at the end.
Yeah, no pressure at all,
when you're doing the live decorating, and all your teammates from Hobbycraft are all watching in.
I'm sure they are.
They're all seeing how good a job you're going to do. It'll be fun.
I'm sure the whole office are watching.
So then you're going to take.
Is this all right, or should I keep
going?
No,
that's perfect. Really good. Then you're going to tip in the melted butter and give it a bit more of a same principle, folding it in. So again, you want the butter to be distributed evenly, but you don't want all the air to come out. Cool. A little bit more of that. So then you're going to make then we're going to pour this into the cake tins, aren't we? So we have some tins pre-lined now. So this one's
I need to read some comments because we're getting absolutely inundated. So thank you.
Cool.
Right, I'm going to read some comments. Marie, hello. She says, really excited about this. I love baking.
Cool.
Lucy says, awesome, in capital letters. I can feel the excitement. Tara, I love cake. Didn't know Hobbycraft sold cake mixes. Yes, so we have the BakedIn kits, which are super easy, aren't they? They're just really convenient. pick up and go.
Brilliant.
And at the moment, as part of our Great British Bake Off campaign, we have some fantastic offers on our BakedIn kits. So we have 2 for £5 on selected BakedIn kits. And we also have selected larger kits, so like the rainbow cake that we showed you before, that's now £10. And you can shop that in store and online. So there's no better time really. If you're interested in some of the stuff that you see today, then head on over to your local store or indeed online at hobbycraft.co.uk. And Tara also says how much are the mixes, so I hope I've answered your questions, but do check out the range online to see some of the other variations that we have.
Cool, so I've very messily put these into there. So it's quite a runny mixture, so you shouldn't have to do too much levelling out. Some mixes you might have to level them out, some cake mixtures, but yeah, roughly evenly between each 3 of the tins. And we're going to whack the tins into the oven.
Cool. Kat has a question, so she says, awesome, are the colours in the cakes natural?
Yeah, they are. So it's an awesome question. So there's no other rainbow cake mix out there on the market, as far as we've seen, like in the world.
Wow,
I know,
that's a big claim.
and it has been like an insanely like popular product for us. One, I'm not going to answer your question, I will get to it, but one, because it's got loads of stuff in there, so it makes baking it really easy, but 2, I think one of the big things is because it is naturally coloured, and I think they are still really bright. I don't know if you can shall I hold it up to the camera. They're still really bright, but they're completely natural, which is really hard to achieve. So you can get really bright gels, and you can get natural colours that are really bland, but it's been really a real challenge for us, and we, hopefully everyone agrees that we've achieved it.
Love it, yeah.
It's been one of our most popular products, that one.
It's such a trend, isn't it? Rainbow cakes, and then you can kind of, like you said before, you can decorate them however you want, really. Once it's done.
Exactly. You can get really creative, that one. So Hobbycraft is a great place to go and get creative. There's all sorts of different icings and tools you can get, but that one is by itself, it's got everything you need, so it looks great, it is, but you could go crazy and start putting all sorts of other weird and wonderful toppers and icing things and models on top. You get your royal icing and start making crazy models and things like that. So
yeah, definitely. And while we're on the topic of rainbow cake, we are of course giving one away to one of our lucky viewers. So let's ask the question now, I think.
Let's do it, yeah.
So the first question is, what is your #1 baking tip? So there's not really a right or wrong answer. We just want you to get involved, and we're going to select someone at random, and you can win this rainbow cake mix kit. Sorry.
Yeah.
So leave your comment below. Let us know what is your #1 baking tip. Could be anything, and we would love to hear from you. We'll probably read some out, and then we'll pick a winner at random. So
what's your #1? I'm going to be on the spot. What's your #1 baking tip? Mine would be to like, it's almost like a life tip, I would say.
Okay.
Of like, don't be too upset yourself if it doesn't go right. Don't be like, don't get too upset, because baking, it can be gutting, because it can take an hour and a half of like pure effort, and then you get to the end and it's flopped. And like a stir fry, you can save it, you can turn it up, turn it down. So sometimes baking, not the end of the world, is it? But sometimes it can feel like gutting. But my tip would be just to enjoy the process.
Nice.
Learn something, even if it fail, pick yourself up, try again, don't get upset.
There we go.
I don't know.
Mine is probably like the opposite of having fun, but it's clean up as you go.
Yeah, definitely.
I find that I just create such a mess, like with all the different bowls and things, and then by the end I'm like exhausted and I don't want to tidy up. So I always clean up, and I do this when I'm cooking as well.
I think it's a really good one. It's baking, it's a bit, so you need to be quite precise, and I think having stuff weighed out, clean, it's much easier to do it properly than it is to be in chaos.
You have like the headspace when everything's just like in order. So yeah, I clean up as I go. But what is your top baking tip? Let us know, because we want to hear it from you.
Cool. So now we're going to make the jam. So this one, you make your own fresh raspberry jam. So you're going to tip that into the pan here. Okay. I'll turn this on. And you're going to tip in some of the sugar as well. All the sugar. Yeah. And there's a couple of tablespoons of water in there. Okay. And then you turn that up high, and you basically just give it a stir, and then you let it boil and bubble down. And it makes, it's just a really simple process. Jam, just a bit of liquid, fruit and sugar, but it just tastes amazing making your own jam. So leave that bubbling. We have actually made some already, so we've got the jam already made. I really
feel like I'm on a cooking show.
Yeah, it's cool.
I wasn't expecting this.
No, you do feel like you're on your own cooking show when you're at home doing it with the kit. It's awesome. So next we're also going to make our own chocolate ganache. Okay. So you're going to get a bain marie, so that is some boiling water or simmering water, and a heat-proof bowl. Super important, it's heat-proof.
Yep.
You don't want metal,
No.
and you don't want like plastic that's not heat-proof, but perspex or heat-proof plastic.
Yeah.
You put that on top of there, and then you're going to tip in the. This is really good dark Belgian chocolate. Okay, and we're going to stir that away, and that will gradually cook down into.
Do you have a spoon?
Yeah. So here we go. Another spoon. And that should gradually melt down into a really delicious, like rich chocolate ganache. Cocoa powder is great for baking with, but also Belgian chocolate, like real chocolate, is good. I think a bit of both makes like, and this cake has got both in it. It's got cocoa powder in the cake mix and real dark chocolate in the ganache.
Nice.
And it's just like makes it super chocolatey. I think they both. One's not better than the other when you're making chocolate cakes. So a lot of people would think, oh, real chocolate is better than cocoa powder to substitute. Actually, it's not at all. And they both got their strengths and both got their reasons to use them.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll let that cook away now. I've also got some. Pretty sure we should have some ganache somewhere under here. Here we go. So we've actually got pretty much everything that we need now. We just need to make the icing.
Okay.
So then we're going to get a bowl here, and we're going to mix in the butter. So you want really soft butter when you're making icing. You don't want to be having to work too hard to tip it into the bowl. You're welcome to use that.
Okay.
Perfect.
All of this?
Yeah, all that in there. Good job. There we go.
Okay.
And you're going to mix that together. So the softer the butter is, the easier it is to be.
Yeah.
You don't want it melted, otherwise it won't work out properly. Cool. Whilst you're doing that, I'm going to get the. So you don't need to have a little cake turntable. It's quite a useful thing to do for when you're icing cakes. It's not necessary, but it just makes it a little bit easier. Where's my little chap here? Cool. And let's we tip in jam. So you've made the jam here. It's probably more than you need, so we're going to whack in about a tablespoon. You've got enough here. If you can put in more if you want to make it more a raspberry flavour and a darker pink colour, or there's enough there for like an amazing fresh jam on your toast on the next day.
Nice.
I quite like mine, like raspberry. Cool. So whilst you're doing that, I'm going to start assembling the cake. So you've let these cool on a wire rack for a little bit till they're completely cool, and then we're going to tip them out of there onto our cake board, hopefully. So we've got any good comments about people, their favourite bakes? I think what's people's favourite bakes that they like making?
Yeah, so we've had a lot of the tips coming through.
Okay,
so
cool.
Leanne says, be organised and enjoy yourself. So Leanne has a very similar thought process to me there.
Yeah, definitely.
And also you, because it's enjoy yourself.
Yeah, definitely, both of them.
And Nadine says, my tip would be to stick to the instructions. Yes.
Yeah, I think that is a really important one. I think it's more of a science. Cooking is a bit of an art and a science, but baking, there's a lot. When we develop a recipe, it gets baked like many times, and there's lots of different adjustments, and little adjustments here and there can make a really big difference. So there is room for experimenting, but unless you want to be essentially wasting some ingredients that are going wrong, then I would say stick to the weights and measures.
Yeah. We've had a bit of a controversial one from Helen, who says, don't let your children get involved, it's adults only. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I can sort of see both sides. So I've got a little one now. I've got two little ones. One's only 6 months. He's not quite ready for baking. The other one is like absolutely loves it. So he's 3.5, and it definitely makes it more challenging baking with a 3.5-year-old. I don't want to keep like pushing the BakedIn kits, but it is really useful because it is like having another set of hands. It's like having another adult with you, helping you. Mug cakes are great to bake with really young children. Yeah. So
it's a great way to introduce them to the whole concept, I think.
Yeah, exactly, because it's like your first step really. So your first step of cooking, instead of like julienning carrots and thinking, as a 3-year-old, probably not that enjoyable. And at the end,
the result is
exactly
some
carrots. Whereas if you make a mug cake, it only takes like 2 minutes to mix it together and cook it. You're still combining ingredients, measuring them, applying heat, and at the end you get to taste something which is like truly delicious. And he thinks, right, I'm going to do some more baking because that was more cooking. That was really fun.
Exactly. The mug cakes are super popular at Hobbycraft.
But I do get it does make baking slightly more challenging, I would say, baking with children. But it's a great way of getting into cooking, I think.
So Paula says, best tip of baking is always eat the leftover mixture.
Yes.
Alison, always lick the spoon as that's the best bit of baking.
Right.
Tanya, be creative and not afraid to try new things. So lots of good baking tips coming in.
Cool. So I've sandwiched this really lovely, like, rich ganache between the 2 layers.
Okay.
And you look like you've done a pretty good job there of the icing.
I'm quite happy with myself.
Yeah, so that's a nice, lovely sort
smug.
of deep pink, and it looks pretty good. Doesn't look too lumpy or anything at all. It looks really good.
Look at that.
So I think you're almost ready now for decorating it.
Yes, I am. I don't know.
It was really cute today. In fact, I took my son into Hobbycraft, so he's gone like turbo crafting now.
Oh, really?
Comes back from nursery, and all he wants to do is like paint and make. And so he went into Hobbycraft in Newbury. There's a new Hobbycraft where I live.
Yes. And
it was really cute, taking down the aisle, going, look, son, your daddy's baking kits here. So it was really cute.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then all the money that I've made from Hobbycraft selling them kits, I've now spent on crafting gear. My house is like jammers with different coloured paints and boards and all sorts of stuff. So we'll turn this stuff down now, but as you can see there, it's if I'd been stirring that, then it would have all gone together. It's becoming a really rich ganache. So we'll turn this off because I'm certainly going to forget about it. Cool. So we're ready now to start decorating. So we've got a turntable. So you don't have to have a turntable, but it makes it a bit easier. I'm just going to give this guy a bit of a.
And don't forget, guys, the Hobbycraft Baking Challenge is live right now, and it closes on the 31st of October. So it's a super fun opportunity for all of you bakers out there. It's super easy to enter. You just upload your entries. The link to it is actually pinned to the top of our Facebook page now, and you could be in with a chance of winning 2 tickets to Cake International 2019. And there's some Renshaw bundles in there as well, and we've also got runner-up prizes, so submit your bakes for a chance to win. It's a really good way to get involved, and also you can have a little look through the gallery to see all of the incredible cakes that our customers and viewers have submitted so far, which is I love looking through them. We've got a few examples on the screen right now, I think. So do check that out. It's on the top of our Facebook page now. Why not? If you're baking, if you're taking some pictures of your bakes, just upload them, and you never know.
So I'm doing a really terrible job of it.
I'm really glad I left this to you.
Yeah, you started chatting whilst I was doing it. So.
It was a tactical move, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So you say you want to get the icing after onto the cake and then spin it around. So this is sort of like, it's quite a good thing to clean your spatula every time you do some icing.
So Tanya loves your work. She says, wow, that's amazing.
Don't know if she's being sarcastic or not. Thank you, Tanya, unless you're being sarcastic.
And lots of Newbury locals as well. So yeah, do visit our new Newbury store because
there's someone shouting out from Newbury. This is a terrible job I've done here. But
yeah, Roxy says, I'm from Newbury too, and Simon says, fellow Newbury guy here. So
cool.
Yes.
Maybe see you in Hobbycraft sometime.
Yeah, it's a brand new store, so head on down.
Okay, so maybe the worst thing that's ever happened on TV. But yeah, I like to chill them a little bit chill my cake before icing it. It just means that it doesn't fall apart quite as much. But yeah, it's got a naked design, so
that's what we're going for.
Yeah, so and you keep on icing it till it gets nice and smooth. But luckily there is one that we made over here, so let's stop that one now.
I think this would be a great time to ask you the second question, which is for a chance to win these 4 baking kits here. What has been your biggest baking fail? So I think that led in quite nicely.
Yeah, that one there, yeah.
What's been your biggest baking fail? Let us know in the comments, because we've just seen one, but we'd love to hear from you.
This is how it should look. So you iced it all, and then you sprinkled it with a few of the leftover raspberries and some Belgian chocolate curls, and then it's up to you how you want to decorate it, but you get your fork and you
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So this is one that our recipe developer has done. This is one that Gemma's done. But yeah, it is easy to make a better job than I do. But there you go.
It was the pressure of being live, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But should we have a taste of it?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Let's get.
So yeah, let us know in the comments what your biggest baking fail has been, and you can win these 4 lovely kits, which has the iced cinnamon bun kit, which is a massive favourite for Hobbycraft customers, chocolate fudge brownie, chocolate cheesecake brownie, and salted caramel cupcakes.
So these are great. These are the same sort of principle. They're not like the baking mixes which have been around in the States for the last sort of 30, 40 years. Just a bit more interesting. So this one's got 4 bags in it. The one there. So it's got a bag of really good local flour, some yeast, cinnamon, sugar, and icing, and there's a bit more in the flour as well. So it makes you be able to do more elaborate mixes than just a brownie, because it's got separate bags in there. So you prove the dough, you roll it out, you spread it with butter and cinnamon sugar, you roll it back up, you bake it, and then you drizzle it with all the icing. So it makes it taste amazing because it's got real ingredient in it. It's no powdered egg and powdered oil and stuff like that. And it's fun because you're doing a proper baking process. It's just baking from scratch, just everything's in the right amount, so there's no food waste. So yeah, these are our new grocery mixes, and they're awesome.
Cool, and don't forget about the Hobbycraft exclusive discount. So for anyone who's just tuned in, Patrick, let everyone know about the discount code for the Baking Club box.
So the Baking Club, which one of the recipes we just baked. In fact, do you want to taste it whilst I'm chatting?
Sure.
Yeah, I've sort of cut one there, but
thanks.
I'll leave it there for you, and there's a fork if you want to go for it. So the Baking Club, a new recipe kit, free letterbox every month. So it's a subscription. We've just baked the chocolate and raspberry cake here. The idea is you get all the ingredients in the perfect amounts. This one's got circular baking paper and a testing skewer, a really easy to follow recipe card with all step-by-step instructions. Recipes by Michel Roux. It's normally £9 a month. That includes your delivery, free letterbox. But with Hobbycraft, we've got a discount code for £2.99. So if you type in Hobbycraft 299, you can get the box for £2.99 delivered through letterbox. And if you like it, you carry on and you try one new recipe every month. It has the weights and measures in this one, so if you like the recipe, you can then go out and buy the ingredients and bake it again and again and again. And you can essentially build up your own recipe book. So I've got a few here, some past ones.
Oh, great.
And so you can collect all the recipes and bake them again and again. So chocolate and raspberry cake. Last month's was blueberry and cashew squares. They were amazing.
They sound good.
This carrot and pecan squares where you're making a beautiful carrot cake and it's got this fluffy icing, sort of meringue icing on top, and then brittle crumbled over it. So there's a lot of classics, but turned into really interesting modern recipes. Cherry crumble muffins, they're amazing. Custard creams, so people went crazy for these. So making your own custard creams, so an absolute British classic biscuit, but one that you baked at home yourself. And lots of people haven't baked their own custard creams, and you can decorate them. People even bought their own custard cream cutters and made them look beautiful. Yeah,
nice.
So we've got so many good recipes to come as well. So I have a little board in the office with all the recipes on there. They're completely secret till they come out, but
I was going to say, can you give us a preview?
Yeah, I mean you can come have a look, but there are some amazing ones coming out. So yeah.
Great. So thank you for all your comments. We've had a couple of hilarious baking fails. So Marie said, try to make a chocolate cake but forgot to add the cocoa.
Yep.
Nice.
Still cake, I guess, but yeah.
Yep. Brilliant baking fails. Keep sending them in, and also let us know if you haven't already what your top baking tips are, because we're going to separate the comments out and choose randomly because we've got 2 prize bundles to give away. So thank you for all of you who tuned in. Thank you, Patrick.
Awesome.
Thank you for having us here. This has been great. And don't forget to head on over to the BakedIn website and social channels. Everyone can find you on Instagram, and do you have a YouTube channel?
We've got a YouTube channel. Yeah, we put a video up of every single Baking Club recipe when it comes out, so you can again see some of the past recipes.
Nice.
And it's quite useful to look at the videos when you're before you bake it, because it shows you a little step by step
Yeah, I like
how to do as well. So you get the video and you get the recipe card as well.
Yeah, definitely. So head on over and find BakedIn, and obviously pop into your local Hobbycraft store where you can see all of these products and shop the offers that are live now. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you again very shortly. Take care. Bye.